Now this video topic is gonna be probably a little bit spicy.
That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat.
Just a wee little bit spicy, a little bit too much cayenne, because we're gonna be talking about power scaling for this video. Oh joy, oh yes! And the thing about it is that I'm actually gonna break it up into 2 videos when it comes to power scaling. It's gonna be one video that's like a broader sense video, and I'll get to that later today. But this video is gonna focus predominantly on One Piece, and it should be much shorter in comparison to the other video. I see a lot of folks, when it comes to power scaling in One Piece, they bring this methodology that I think is completely false when it comes to gauging how powerful a character is within One Piece. And simply put, as the title hints at, obviously, this is the Dragon Ball notion of gauging power. This can be boiled down to, in a sense, it can be boiled down to character X can blow up more than character Y. Therefore, character X is stronger than character Y. Folks bring this method when it comes to gauging how powerful characters into One Piece, and they completely skew the power structure scheme. They have, I would argue, very little idea of what they're talking about, because in One Piece, you have so many unique base powers. You have so many unique power pools. When it comes to Haki, that is fairly simple. You have 3 main branches. When it comes to Devil power, there's so many in that, and not even that, but when you just look at the one subcategory of, let's say, Paramecia power, there's a whole bunch of powers because of Paramecia power. And then in One Piece, matchups really do matter. In the case of Crocodile and Luffy, and also in the case of predominantly NL and Luffy, and so on and so forth. The matchup, Ace and Akainu, the matchup matters. It matters greatly in One Piece. But yet, even though the matchup matters, and you have all these power pools in One Piece, still, people bring in the concept of character X can blow up more than character Y, therefore character X is stronger than character Y, which, again, for One Piece, is, I would argue, a very stupid way of gauging how powerful a character is within the world of One Piece. Now, to bring it to the Dragon Ball notion for a second, this notion is essentially oriented around ki, because ki is the foundation of the stats, the base stats. So how strong you are, how fast you are, how durable you are, and so on and so forth, but also predominantly what a character can destroy in Dragon Ball. The whole system is predicated on ki, fundamentally so, which is why if a character has more ki than another character, then odds are they are superior as a fighter. They are the stronger character. If character X is a Muay Thai fighter that has a ki level of 10,000, and character Y knows every martial arts skill where their ki level is 100, odds are character X is going to win because character X has way more ki than character Y. That's how Dragon Ball works in a nutshell. There are exceptions, of course, like for example, Hit in Dragon Ball Super. Hit in Dragon Ball Super, he is as good as he is because of his technique and his abilities, which allow him to be on that level. So even though Goku and Jiren probably have, let's say, bigger ki pools than Hit does, Hit can compete with these guys because of ability and technique. And so, of course, there are exceptions to every rule. However, the notion itself is fairly simple and well drawn out in a series like Dragon Ball. You don't see this in, let's say, the power scaling systems of Hunter x Hunter, because a lot of folks know that in Hunter x Hunter, Nen is a fairly complex system alongside with base powers in Hunter x Hunter. But on top of that, intelligence is such a pivotal thing. Being able to outwit your opponent is, in many cases, so crucial when it comes to the Hunter x Hunter and the Nen combat system. It really does matter how you use your powers rather than just having the power. That matters greatly. And One Piece is very similar to Hunter x Hunter in this notion, to where, again, One Piece has a lot of these power pools, and yet people use the Dragon Ball notion of, well, he can blow up more before he's stronger. It's like, no, 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 no. That is completely and utterly the wrong way to look at it. Entirely. Let's take a look at Whitebeard and Big Mom. Let's go to like the top of the food chain here. I know a lot of folks hate Big Mom for whatever reason. They don't like Big Mom. Fair, fine. But when you look at what Big Mom has displayed from a combat standpoint, and you look at what Whitebeard done during the Marineford War, I think it's very obvious in manga, in particular in manga, and in anime they're getting there soon. But particularly in the manga, I think it is very clear that Big Mom, from an overall combat ability standpoint, she is superior than Whitebeard during the Marineford War. Whitebeard, he did showcase more DC than Big Mom. Absolutely. But given the context of the Marineford War, his DC, which was very impressive, tilting the seas around Marineford War, the fact that other parts of the globe, other seas could feel the tremors that were going on in Marineford War, that is very impressive stuff. His area of effect was 9 planetary, minimum multi-continent. Like, that is some scary stuff there. But in the case of Marineford War, and in the case of Whitebeard during that battle, he took bullet wounds, he took stab wounds, he took cannon fire, he took damage from basic attacks. You could probably say that they were hockey laced. It's not confirmed. We're not looking at every bullet that hits Whitebeard and saying, is that one hockey laced? Is that not hockey laced? We're not too sure. We have no idea. But if you want to generalize and say, well, they're all hockey laced, everything's hockey laced, all right, fine. We'll give him that. Considering that these were top-end fodder Marine. Fine. He still took these wounds. These wounds accumulated over the course of the Marineford War incident, and that accumulated damage caused him to falter in many cases, and at the end of the day, died. On top of having wounds from Kizaru and Akainu, mainly Akainu. But if you put Big Mom in this case, aside from Whitebeard, Big Mom is taking 0 damage. Literally 0 damage until an admiral steps in. And then even when an admiral does step in, her durability from an armored hockey standpoint is so high to where she can block a Kong gun with a forearm, and in the anime, a Leo bazooka, nothing. Easy. Her base durability is phenomenally high. Armored hockey durability, it's off the charts. Big Mom is walking through all of the attacks of all the fodder dudes with ease. And then on top of that, the minor attacks of the admirals. The admirals have to go in. They have to go hard on Big Mom to damage Big Mom through her armor hockey. Most definitely. Absolutely. 1000% factual. On top of that, when you look at Big Mom's mobility, she's huge, but she has Zeus. Wait a minute now. During the Marineford War, there was a situation where there was a wall around the Whitebeard fleet. They couldn't penetrate this massive wall. They got lucky because Orange Jr. was on one of the walls, and his blood was seeping into the mechanisms, and so the wall couldn't come up. But Whitebeard, for all of his DC, for all of his potency, these steel walls were huge and thick, and maybe even, I won't go as far as to say Kairoseki, but the steel I would assume wasn't normal. That being said, Whitebeard did a quake attack at one of these walls. With one quick attack, the wall was able to survive. Now, that was one. I would assume with several attacks, the wall would have gone down. But also, Whitebeard had to be wary of the damage to his crew around him too, because his DC is very high. But as a result, there would have been casualties on their side as well if he had truly gone on out. We didn't see that until like the end of the arc, where he splits the entire fort in half, and then it's Whitebeard against everybody. And then we start seeing him go like really, really hard. But if it's Big Mom, hop on Zeus, fly over, because Big Mom has more mobility than Whitebeard. From a range standpoint, he does have very good range, but Big Mom also showcased very good range as well when it comes to her combat ability. Big Mom also rocks very impressive strength. We saw Whitebeard toss giants like nothing. True. Big Mom's strength, you can say, is a close parallel to Whitebeard's, though arguably superior than Whitebeard's. Giants or Big Mom? Nothing. You know why? Because we saw Big Mom when she was 5 years old. 5 years old. She was taking care of giants. Whitebeard did Marineford War, impressive. But 5 years old Big Mom? Upscale that to present day Big Mom? Her strength is off the charts. Arguably also superior than Whitebeard's. And then on top of that, when you want to go deeper into the ability spectrum, the abilities of Whitebeard's Guro no Mi are very good, but at the same time, they're predominantly predicated on destructive capability. That is their main forte. We did see him use them for defense when he was trapped in the ice ball of Aokiji, but the fact of the matter is that they're predominantly for destruction. Big Mom's abilities have so many more utilities on top of destruction. Zeus and Prometheus be able to change the weather, and knowing that these guys can provide her mobility as well as 2 elemental based attacks, and on top of that, Zeus and Prometheus are intangible. They're intangible and can act independent of herself if they so need to. That's insane. Big Mom, from what she's shown in the series, her combat spectrum, even though she is lacking in the DC that Whitebeard has, Big Mom, from an overall combat ability standpoint, is, without question, she is superior than Marineford Whitebeard. I think the series has indicated that fairly well. And when you look at things like DC, I can bring up the example of NL. A lot of folks, when it comes to their top strongest characters lists, a lot of folks wouldn't put NL on that list, even though NL rocks one of the highest DC feats in the verse. Now granted, it does take certain weather conditions, but all he needs is a rainy day, and he's vaporizing islands. It's the same condition as, let's say, Don Flamingo, where Don Flamingo, in order to fly about, he needs the clouds in the sky. So he can use the strings to attach to the clouds so he can fly around. But again, given a rainy day, that's all he needs. He's vaporizing islands with ease. That's very impressive from a DC standpoint. The only characters I can think of that surpass him currently, because Whitebeard's dead, but still now you have Blackbeard. So Blackbeard, maybe Aokiji, considering that the world opens as a water world, and when he frees something, it's like glacier thick. So maybe Aokiji, and then maybe Akainu, considering, again, what these guys did in Punk Hazard. But again, they split the entire island in half, though it was a big island, don't get me wrong. And they created an Ice Mountain range and a Volcanic Mountain range. It's impressive stuff, don't get me wrong. But NL vaporized islands quite easily with his abilities. And arguably, from a Logia standpoint, the lightning ability is a superior Logia from jump compared to the magma or the ice. Now, those details will also go through in like another video. But even if you exclude that, DC, very good. But where would you rank NL in a top 30 strongest list or a top 50 strongest list for strongest One Piece characters? Where does he go on your list? I'm pretty sure most folks wouldn't rank NL that high. Well, why? Because even though he has very, very good DC, even when you exclude the weather conditions, he has very damn good DC. The fact of the matter is that NL is lacking in certain attributes. He's lacking in, let's say, the durability standpoint. He's lacking in, let's say, the endurance standpoint. His endurance is actually okay. It's not terrible. But compared to now, it's not that good. And his durability is fairly low. So folks know, okay, we've seen Luffy and NL fight, and we know that NL really can't take damage that well. He's really after like a kick to the gut from Luffy, pre-time skip. And he's stronger now, post-time skip, of course. So based on that, we're probably going to lower NL's rank if we just relied on DC. Obviously. Obviously. Because the other attributes matter. NL has very good range. He is kind of smart. It's shaky. His stamina pool is also kind of hard to gauge as well, because we didn't see him in like a really drawn out fight against Luffy because he chose to run away. His abilities as a whole are fairly good. They're actually really damn good abilities as a whole. He has very good Kembotion Haki, and he even augmented that with his lightning based abilities so he could hear what people are saying from, again, multi-island range. So he can smite them from miles away, dozens of miles away. It's insane. But he lacks armored Haki. Uh-oh. Wait a minute now. That's a bit of a hiccup. Oh, his durability is kind of low. Uh-oh. Huh. Wait a minute now. When it comes to his endurance, uh-oh. Huh. A bit of a problem. People understand that these apply, but people have their favorites, and so they ignore it for one set of characters, but they apply it for another set of characters. It's like there are too many folks, I think, in general, so focused on what a character can destroy. Like, for example, with Fujitora, very impressive, and he's an admiral. But at the same token, knowing that his physical strength can, I'm not going to say be overwhelmed, but at the same token, he couldn't cut through Don Flamingo's bird cage like Zoro couldn't do that. But at the same token, a Gear 4 Monkey D. Luffy could do that. Wait a minute now. What's going on here? There are certain things that we have to take a look at when it comes to what a character can do from an overall combatability standpoint. And albeit, ranks do matter too. So, for example, in the latest chapter One Piece, chapter 908, there's potentially, can't say for sure, but there's potentially an extraordinarily powerful person introduced into the story. And this person could be powerful given his rank and his rank alone, its rank alone. However, we're not too sure, but ranks like that do matter. Admiral rank does matter. Or positions of great power, like Yonko, that does matter because it gives you general sense. So even if we haven't seen a lot from, let's say, Yonko Shanks, we can kind of gauge that Yonko Shanks is a superior fighter than, let's say, Buggy, because Buggy, though a Shichibukai, we have a good sense of where he lies combat-wise. We have a very good sense. Like, how many folks are betting on Don Krieg against Shanks, even though we've seen a lot from what Don Krieg can do combat-wise, but we haven't seen a lot of what Shanks can do. How many folks are betting on Don Krieg? How many folks are betting on Captain Kuro? How many folks are betting on Arlong or Jinbei? Not that many, though there probably will be some. So, my point here is that it's the reason why I say Big Mom is superior than Whitebeard. It's the reason why I would say that Luffy is definitely stronger than Zoro. It's the reason why I would say that Zoro and Sanji are equals, because Zoro is good in one set of skills, and Sanji is good at another set of skills, and those equal out, essentially, when you look at their overall combatability spectrum. And for me, it's like about 10 things, but again, I'll go over that in like another video. It's the same reason why I don't rank, let's say, NL that high on the overall combat list, despite his fantastic destructive capability. It's the same reason why, from what we've seen, I rank Rayleigh over Monkey D. Garp. It's the same reason why I rank Katakuri over Marco. When you are trying to gauge how powerful a character is, you have to look at all the components of that character's combat ability. And then on top of that, you have to look at the potency of each component of their combat ability. The matchup also matters as well. For me, in a general sense, DC is just as important as durability, as endurance, as speed, as the abilities, as intelligence, as range, as experience, as it all matters. Do not forget that. It all matters. I'm hoping that at least a few more folks will make the attempt of trying to gauge a character from all avenues of what they can do, rather than saying, he blew up more, therefore, yay. No, like, let's be a little more sophisticated. So I'm going to see you guys again later. So be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that, because I know that you all have a device called Zemaosu. You use Zemaosu to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad. And of course, comment in the comment section down below. Peace. And have a nice goddamn day.